Oh, it froze. Oh, here we go. Now we're on.
Welcome into Sports with Balls. I guess I'll take the lead on that one
Do it.
tonight. How's it going? Lauren Leal, Jeff Michael here, of course, at Christian's Tailgate.
Sun-kissed Lauren Leal. Wow. I actually went to the pool today just because I knew that you were going to come in here looking absolutely tan as can be because I know you're at the beach all weekend. So
I was at the beach all weekend. Shout out to my brother. Happy birthday, bro. We had Joshua Palooza this weekend, so I love ya.
3 years in a row now because we've worked together for a little over 3 years that I've heard about this, and I haven't been yet. But I'll try to make it next year, I promise, because Josh is a really good guy. So happy birthday to him for sure.
Yeah, of course. We had a great time at the beach. We were in the beach house and whatnot. But, yes, I did get very dark from that.
Welcome into Sports with Balls. Sports with Tan. Here we go because Lauren obviously went to the beach, but there's a lot of sports news we got to get into today, and we're going to kick it off. We got 1 hour unscripted and uninterrupted sports, so let's go.
I just want to say, you ask what day it is. What day is it? It's World Softball Day, and I got to shout out to the Oklahoma Sooners just because those girls got their third straight World Series win. I know that happened last week, but
58 straight games, I think it was what their record is right now.
53-game winning streak.
53?
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
That is unbelievable. Speaking of softball and college, did you see the University of Texas and what happened with the game last night?
I heard about the controversy.
No, there was a pop fly into the game, and they lost it in the lights, and Texas loses to Stanford. And it was the poor guy, the outfielder, the right fielder for the University of Texas. I don't know their names. I can't keep up with everything. But it was unbelievable. It was a pop fly, a routine fly ball that would have sent them into the next inning, and he just lost it in the lights. It drops, and Stanford goes on and wins the game. Congratulations, I guess, to them. They make it to the championship game.
That just really sucks for Texas. Like that, it's kind of like one of those freak accidents where you're just how did that just happen?
It was.
All that hard work and determination and time in baseball spent, and that happened.
Ooh, brutal way to lose a baseball game when you've tried, like you said, to work all year long for something like this, and a brutal way for the Texas Longhorns to go out like that. But welcome into Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. She is the lovely Lauren Leal, as always. Look, we're over here at Christian's Tailgate in the Heights, one of 5 locations here in Houston, Texas. Look, order food on Uber Eats or wherever you get food from. Come up here, grab some drinks. They've got great specials. They've got karaoke nights. They've got those question game nights that I absolutely love. I've never been to one. Well, actually, I have, like a couple years ago. You know where the trivia nights?
I've done one of those.
Are you good at that stuff?
Another bar. I can't say it because they're here, but it was fun. It's fun because everyone kind of turns into like a family, or everyone's rooting for one another, and you start to know people at other tables.
If it's sitcoms, I'm in. I'm pretty good at those.
You said you've been to one, though?
Yes, I've done a couple of them. But, like, some of those are like, there's some people that are pretty
was it Disney
smart.
trivia? Was it
I don't
comedy
remember. This was
movies,
years ago. But, look, they got one Wednesday night, so maybe I'll go to that one. Tomorrow night here at Christian's Tailgate. So I want to thank Christian Tailgate. Also, Diamond Auto Spa is an elite detailing company that offers only the best quality work and customer service. They specialize in detailing paint correction, ceramic coating, paint protection film, vinyl wraps, window tinting. We don't cut corners. We detail them. Give Austin Bauer a call, 346-319-5961, or go to diamondautospa.com. All right. There was a game last night.
There was a big game last night, not just a game. There was a big game last night.
Yeah.
And you know what, Jeff? We talked about it. We just knew Mile High City was going to get this win.
Yep.
And rightfully so. They earned it 100%. Never happened in franchise history. The first ever championship, the first ever finals to be part of for the Denver Nuggets. And congratulations. Hats off to those guys.
Yeah, man. It's special. It was 47 years from the beginning of the franchise, third longest in professional sports history since a franchise started. So congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. Incredible. You saw the performance from Nikola Jokic. Wow. This dude, it's so weird that in the NBA we compare Michael Jordan and LeBron constantly. People are always talking about the Jordan-LeBron controversy. Who's better? The old heads think Jordan. The new heads think LeBron. And how athletic those guys were. And then you see this guy who's not athletic. He has a 6-inch vertical, and he dominates. He had a record-setting performance. It was unbelievable what he did. It was the best postseason that anybody has ever had in the history of the NBA. Like, that's insane. He led his team and all teams in points, scoring, and points, rebounds, and assists. The entire
he was the
playoffs.
point scorer. Last night, I think he totaled out with, 28 points or something like that. But before that, it was like 41 points. And they just go on and on and on. Best center, maybe? I don't know, out there in the game? It's a hard question. But in general, the Denver Nuggets, like I said, they earned this one. You saw it. Jimmy Butler didn't even go in until 5 minutes left in the game last night.
Well, yeah, he didn't start really playing. Like, he was there, but his offense
you know what I mean?
It was just absent.
So, did you watch this game last night?
I did. I put it on in the living room. And look, for those of y'all that don't know me and just listening in, I'm not the massive NBA fan that a lot of people are, and I generally tune in when the playoffs come around. But I'm always familiar. I read a lot of stuff, obviously, with the NBA and what's going on. Yeah, and watch highlights. It's just like anybody. We are sports reporters, and so that's our business. But I did tune into this game, and it reminded me of an old school mid-'90s basketball game. It was rough. Like, they were letting these guys go at it. It was a rough basketball game. They were throwing each other on the floor. Bam Adebayo and Nikola Jokic, the Joker, they got into it a few times. It was fun to watch. It was fun. I had a good time watching that game. I did.
I did too. I will say I had to share the TV last night, so I was like, okay. I walked in, and I'm like, I got to turn on the NBA game. I got to turn this on. It's Game 5. It could be it for the Denver Nuggets. This could be the last game.
Yep.
Okay? And I had freaking reality show screaming at me. And I had to share the TV with my sister, and that's what she likes to watch. I'm just like, okay, please, can we just please, this is like a Game 7. It's a Game 5 because we knew what the outcome could have been. And finally, I was able to turn it on in the fourth quarter and got to see the rest of it. So I was happy with what I saw, and Jamal Murray could not be happier for this guy.
Definitely.
The tears fall to the ground, and I'm just painting the picture of, what we saw last night. All the adversity that he overcame. He didn't walk 2 years ago, and here he is now. It's about to get a ring from the championship win.
I love it when sports does that.
Yeah,
100%. The reason that we do this because we love sports and stuff like this, and when you see the reaction, these guys make hundreds of millions of dollars, and them to get reduced to tears like a kid is unbelievable. And for the city, it was awesome. Very awesome.
I'm big. A lot of people like to turn off the game whenever the post-game interview happens or coverage takes place. I love that part of it because I get to see the true emotions, like you said and spoke to. And also, I'm just a girl. I don't know. It's what I do, too, because I'm a sideline reporter. But secondly,
throw that in there.
Jeff, did you? Saying, it's part of my job, so of course I want to see other reporters as well. Did you watch those post-game interviews?
I did. I watched a bunch of them. Which ones are you talking about? Because I thought they were good.
All of them, common theme, team atmosphere. Yep. No matter how much Lisa Salters tried to say it was on one guy or another guy or another guy, I said, no, these guys got my back. It was them who got me through this. It wasn't just me. It was all of us. And that's truly what a team – and I allude to it earlier when I mentioned the Oklahoma Sooners – watching their post game after winning their World Series, they kept saying it was a team atmosphere, glory to God, all of that. And I just felt like it was a lot of the same. Like, whenever it's team oriented, it's not me, it's team. That's what you see, championships.
Yeah, and it goes back to what I was saying when people try to just throw these guys on pedestals, right, and say it's one player doing this and one player doing that. I love it when it comes back to team chemistry. And the Denver Nuggets, look, they remind me.
They were getting some really good looks, wide open looks.
They remind me of the Spurs. A ton of the Tim Duncan Spurs, right?
I wasn't – okay.
Like the 90s Spurs, Tim Duncan, and very consistent. And, it just – Tim Duncan was a machine, right? And even though he's a power forward, the Joker's more of a center. But it was, well, I say more of a center, but the guy leads in assists, so whatever that's about. They remind me a lot of the Spurs. They could stay together for a while. I'm not going to throw the D word in there, dynasty. I'm not going to say that yet.
That's what I was going to say is okay, where is Denver going now? Because as far as, Denver, the city itself, hello, since Russell Wilson came there, and of course a long time ago from Peyton Manning won the championships, it has been a Broncos city. The Nuggets haven't been in the talk. No way have the Colorado Rockies been in the talk. It has been about the Broncos. And now the Nuggets win it all. And will this
Talk
continue?
of the town. I mean, look, we all know what happened in the offseason. Sean Payton going to the Denver Broncos, and Russell Wilson was there last night too.
Oh, so many faces. I love seeing all of those crowd shots. There were so many faces there.
Peyton Manning. Dude, Peyton's such a character.
It looked like Peyton was going to cry at one point, but I'm like, no, those aren't tears. He's sweating.
Like you would think that he's like diehard. He is a massive Denverite. Like, I mean, he is a massive Denver guy. And I just wonder what he thinks. Like, we'll get into the NFL later. But like I said, you saw Sean Payton there. You saw Russell Wilson. And I wonder if they're like, ooh, we got to do something. Last year was brutal. That was rough to watch for the Broncos. So I'm glad that Denver fans got to see their Nuggets capture a championship, and their team did very well. They've got something to look forward to for at least the next 3 to 5 years. This kid, what is it, Braun? I think it's pronounced Braun, but his name is pronounced Brown, but it's Braun. He, in the last 5 years, this kid's won three high school championships, one NCAA championship, and now an NBA championship. I mean, the kid just wins, and he played excellent last night. He just made a lot of money. Now I understand that not Broncos. The Nuggets are going to have to pay some players, but not for a little bit. I think that they've got a good core that could be sort of San Antonio Spurs, where for the next 5 years they're going to be very relevant. Now we all see it's very hard to repeat in the NBA as champions, and you have injuries and all this sort of stuff, but when you've got the Joker in the middle, 2-time MVP and now NBA Finals MVP and champion, obviously, they've got a lot going on. And Jamal Murray stays healthy. That's a hard team to beat.
Holy smokes. I did not realize Nicola's only 28 years old. I mean, that's mid-peak-ish, I guess, if in your basketball career.
Yeah, he's got another 5 years left in him.
Because whenever I worked for the Rockets and I traveled to Denver to watch them, I did not like this guy. I was like, oh, my gosh. He was playing nasty. He was playing dirty. I did not like him one bit. I thought he was – I mean, that was years ago.
Yeah.
I thought he was older than that.
So Kevin Anthony joining the show. Chewy's joining the show. All you guys that are out there on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, thank you guys for joining the show. Obviously, if you got any questions, write them down. Kevin Anthony, as always, says go Tigers. That's LSU Tigers, so the go is spelled a little different. Waiting for the Cowboys thing. It'll come up, I'm sure. But he says, since we're on the NBA subject, he said, when will the Ja Morant suspension news come out? After the parade. The parade's Thursday. We all know because the Joker, if you saw his press conference afterwards, he was like, when is the parade? This was hysterical. He said the parade was on – the guys told him the parade's on Thursday in Denver. And he goes, I wonder if the owner will give me the plane right after that so I can go home to race my horses. He just wants to go home. Like, that's it. He goes, directly after the game, Lisa Salters is interviewing him, and she's like, what do you think? And he's like, we did our job. Now we can go home.
Yeah.
I loved that. I absolutely loved that because he's just about business. It's not about calling himself the king. Sorry, you know who I'm talking about. Or anything else. He's like, no, we did our job. We won a championship. Congratulations, cities. Then he's like, I got to go to a parade? I was like, damn. But the Joker, Denver Nuggets, congratulations. My boy Jason McLean. Congratulations to him. Massive, lifelong, lived in Denver his whole life. And congratulations to him and all the other friends that I had in Denver. I lived there for about 6 years. It was an awesome, awesome city. I still visit quite frequently. So congratulations to the Denver Nuggets.
When did you live there? What years were you there?
I'd have to go back. Let's see. 25 to 31, somewhere around there.
I did not realize that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a good amount of time.
Yeah, J.R. Smith was my neighbor for a long time. We used to walk.
What?
Yeah, we used to walk our dogs together. It was pretty cool.
How fun is that?
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, Denver Nuggets win the NBA championship. So no more NBA. Are you happy about that?
Look, I'm happy that the winners of the championship is going to a much-deserved franchise and team.
Sure.
And not so much happy that it's done or it's all over with because, you know, it is sports. It is basketball. It kept us talking about it, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it kept every other station
games.
talking about it up until the Lakers
we
left.
like games. We like games. And so, you know, it's not like happy that it's done. Just I'm happy that it went to the rightfully earned team. I guess I should say.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you happy that the NBA is over for this year?
I am. Look, the NBA season is a struggle with me. They've got a lot of stuff to work on. A lot of stuff. They're talking about this in-season tournament to try to make the regular season worth the crap. And it's very interesting how they're going to try to figure this out. Now you've got a team that's sort of built like the San Antonio Spurs, like I said, that I hate to use this word boring, but, even though the Joker's not boring, they're just not they don't have that flashy LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Ja Morant type character. They just have a guy that wants to do his business and go home. I love it. I absolutely love it. But the general public would rather see the Los Angeles Lakers or Ja Morant or somebody else in there.
Because people like drama. What did I just say? Like a girl watching freaking reality show. I can't stand that. I'm like, put on a game. I'm preparing you to live with a man someday. I don't But people like the drama. And when it's in sports, they're going to eat it up because these are their superstars. These are the guys that they like to watch.
Yeah, and all the focus is going to shift now to Damian Lillard, where he's going to go if he leaves Portland, and the Los Angeles Lakers and what they're going to do. And that's just the way it is, and I hate that. I am so tired of talking about the Lakers. Like, I hate it. I love the Denver.
You're doing it.
I love that Denver swept them. I love well, you asked about, am I glad the NBA is over?
Right,
I kind of am.
Yeah.
And, because there's one sport, well, I don't want to say one sport. There's an NHL game tonight that could decide the championship. It's basically a Game 7 for the NHL.
This leads me into the question for you,
let's go.
Jeff. Okay, given just this year, this circumstance on the NBA Finals on Nuggets and Heat or the Stanley Cup, if you had to choose to watch what finals would you choose? Which one would you choose, NBA or NHL?
Ooh, wow. Okay. I'm going to choose, because of my love for playing the game, I'm going to choose basketball to watch, to go to NHL. Like, if you've never been to an NHL playoff
game. The
game.
fifth guy that has told me, like, I need to go to an NHL game because they are just so fun.
They are a blast. I used to go to the Colorado Avalanche games, and I lived in Denver. I've been to the Dallas Stars games.
Hold up. Since you lived in Denver, and we just talked about all the other franchises and how the Broncos have kind of dominated them, what do you think about the NHL team there, the Avalanche? Do they have a big following?
Oh, yeah.
People go?
The Colorado Avalanche is huge.
Does it trump the Nuggets?
No, not now.
Rockies?
It's sort of, we're in Houston, right? So the Astros have been winning since 2017. Since 2016, they were pretty good. But prior to that, they were losing, right? And everybody was on the Rockets.
2015.
The James Harden wagon, right, when he was here, and the Houston Rockets and all that, and trying to get the Texans to go. But once your team starts winning, obviously the general public in that city will move to the winning organization. Right now, the Nuggets are the hot team. Colorado Avalanche were still very good this year. They were in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They were still very, very good. In fact, the Boston Bruins broke a record for most wins in a season this year, and then they lost in the first round.
So you kind of just answered the question, but proved another point with saying you would rather watch the NBA, but yet you are tired of it, and you're happy that it's over with.
I kind of am. Well, and look,
but you would rather watch that final than the hockey finals.
Look, the NHL Game 5 right now between the Knights and the Vegas Knights, and who else is playing? I forgot. They're already the Florida Panthers. So is it Carolina or Florida Panthers? Sorry, I completely messed that up.
Florida?
I believe
Florida?
It's
Carolina
it is
Panthers.
It is
Hello,
Florida.
that's football.
Yeah, but it's Florida, the NHL team, obviously playing the Panthers versus the Golden Knights. That's right. So the Golden Knights are up 3-1 in that series. They win tonight, and they go. And it's in Vegas. They're a very good hockey team, and I can imagine that stadium is going to be absolutely wild. Those playoff games are so much fun to go to.
Have you been to
one? So
one?
much fun.
You been to one of those too?
Oh yeah, in 19 when the Stars won in what was that 98, 99, somewhere around there. I went to one of those in Dallas. They're a blast. And look, Houston hadn't had a hockey team in I don't know how long, but what was the name of the hockey? The Arrows.
We were the Arrows, and we weren't even like National Hockey League. We were like a minor league. So.
Yep.
But on that level, University of Houston just got approved to have a hockey team on campus. So right now they're trying to, that happened like at the end of May. And so right now they're not petitioning, but they're trying to raise money and awareness to bring to the school to have a club there.
It is currently the next 7 days in Houston is going to be over 100 degrees. We're under a heat watch, and they've got a hockey team.
Hey, everyone's going to be, you know what? Everyone at the university is going to be storming into that stadium.
Can I play hockey?
Let's go to the arena. It's cold.
Hockey player. Yeah, that's interesting. But look, I mean, Florida obviously is in the playoffs. It's hot down there, and it's hot in Vegas, and they have a great hockey team. So it doesn't matter. Not anymore. Forever, hockey was the great teams were in Canada and up north, right? Like that's where hockey was played generally, and that's where you got the great hockey athletes from. But now, a lot of them are from there. And look, for the longest time, we had the Russian hockey players that were over here for forever. I have hockey cards from the 90s with these guys, right? But now it's moving more anywhere, right? Like there's great hockey players all around, man, and I love that. And speaking of influences, you look at this. The Joker, who just won an NBA championship with the Nuggets, obviously, overseas player. Who's the big soccer player coming to Miami now? Messi. Right? You have all of these international players that are coming and infiltrating every single sport that we have in America, which I absolutely love. It's fine. The top 4 players in the NBA, if you look at it, are going to be Joker, Wembanyama, who comes in as the number 1 pick this year, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, and Luka. You can't. It's hard to argue that those are not the top 4 players that are going to be in the NBA, and they're all foreign. Mm-hmm. And then you have Messi coming in.
It kind of reminds me of baseball when we were talking about Shohei Ohtani, and I may be jumping the gun a little bit, but just saying the influence truly does come over.
Great point.
And it brings into the crowd.
Yeah.
100%.
We have a lot of international influence that's coming in from a lot of these sports. And, we go back to the NBA and look how disciplined these guys are. Look, Giannis has stayed with Milwaukee his whole career. Luka stayed with Dallas. He hasn't demanded anything. I want to go here, and he said, I need this and I need that. And you go to the Joker in Denver. Look, like he hasn't demanded anything. He just wants to do his job.
There has been some drama in Dallas, I will say, though.
Well, yeah, but who's causing it? Kyrie.
Yeah.
He wants LeBron in Dallas. I'm like, dude, for all you people that want Kyrie in Dallas, it's not happening. I mean, not Kyrie. When you want LeBron in Dallas, you gave up everything when you got Kyrie. You gave everything to Brooklyn, so you have nothing to give. LeBron is not going to the Dallas.
You have nothing to give.
You have nothing left. So unless you want to get rid of Kyrie, which you could, there's nothing there for LeBron to go to Dallas for. So y'all can stop all that talk.
I think the NBA Finals will look a lot different next year than this year. All I got to say.
The NBA is just, the regular season means nothing. We saw that. Miami was an 8 seed. They were an 8 seed. The Lakers were a play-in team.
The Lakers.
What? And they made it to the Western Conference Finals. Like, the regular season is trash.
Yeah.
It just doesn't mean anything. Look, there's more emphasis on who wins the NBA Finals MVP, which is the Joker, than there was on who won. Does anybody out there remember who won the regular season MVP?
Who was it?
Joel Embiid.
There you go.
Exactly. Nobody, you don't know, and it doesn't matter.
But then again, Jeff, you look at other sports too, and that kind of goes out the window as well. I mean, MLB MVP versus
NFL.
World Series MVP. You don't really focus on that once you get past the end of the season.
Well, yeah, of course you don't focus on it, but when the season's over, you sort of remember. Like, in football, you remember who the MVP is, and in baseball, you remember who the MVP is. You remember Ohtani, but like you don't remember exactly who was the MVP of the World Series unless you're in Houston, right? Jeremy Pena, you know
Jeremy
that.
Pena. Yeah. I was just about to say, I know.
Yeah, in other cities, they don't remember that, but they remember the regular season MVP. But like, I think everybody knows who the Finals MVP was in the NBA. Like, and in the NFL, you know who the regular season MVP is, but you don't really know who the Super Bowl MVP is because it's just random people. But the Joker obviously has 2 other NBA MVPs regular season as it stands. Where do you rank him? Is he a top 10 center all time already?
I say already, but he's been in the league for a while. This is his first splash year, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, he's had 2 MVPs. They were quiet because Denver didn't go anywhere. Like, but, yeah, man, I think he's up there. 2 regular season MVPs. He just broke all sorts of playoff records, and now he's the Finals MVP. The guy is going to the Hall of Fame now, I would think, and he's sort of Tim Duncan-ish. Like I said, just very quiet. Just goes about his business.
He does. You saw that last night. You've seen it every time he's been interviewed as well.
Triple-double machine, as big as he is. And just, it's so he doesn't run down the floor like MJ or LeBron or Kobe or any of those guys or Kevin Durant.
He's more slow, that's for sure.
Wow, but if you're gonna start a franchise, are you taking Kevin Durant or the Joker? A lot of people are picking the Joker.
You know what's kind of ironic is both of Jokic and who am I thinking of? Dallas.
Luka.
They both have this big body build.
Yep.
Like, they're not lean, fit players.
No,
like,
they're not. Really athletic.
They're more chunky on that side, if you
Yep.
want to even say that, for basketball players.
Way bulkier.
And both of these guys have made tremendous efforts and obviously accolades with being MVP, looking at Joker, and making it all the way.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, the European influence is
It
huge.
is.
And look, Wembanyama, who's going to be the #1 pick, going to San Antonio, where he's going to start that franchise all over again. We're going to see what kind of impact he makes now. And I believe the Joker is going to continue with his dominance. Luka will continue with his dominance. Giannis will continue with his. And the European influence in the NBA is huge. It's up to Adam Silver now to somehow make the regular season somewhat relevant, because it is. That's why it's just not. Nobody watches the NBA up until the playoffs, really. Well,
Yeah.
okay, I don't want to say nobody.
Well, I know
a
a lot of people think that it starts on Christmas Day as well, but it starts obviously beginning of October, some games September. Anyways, we will see how it goes, and I'm just happy for them once again.
Yep.
Mile High City, you got another team to root for aside from the Broncos, which I think they're going to be having a way better season than they did last year.
Also, hope everybody's all right. We saw the news this morning,
Yes.
partying last night, and then some idiot has to ruin it all by shooting off some guns last night. It didn't end well. I think 3 people in the hospital, 8 people injured. We'll keep you posted on that on the website, Sports with Balls. On the social media site, Sports with Balls. So I hope everybody's all right after that.
Very unfortunate.
Yep.
Very unfortunate. All right. So that wraps up the finals and the Denver Nuggets. Now, shall we move on to some baseball? Since it is the sport that is alive and well right now. And I know you
News.
mentioned last week we're a little under 100 games.
64 games in. So, yeah, there's
Under the
162. Yeah, so we're at 98 games left.
By the looks of it, too, right now, Jeff, not to be the Debbie Downer right now, but the Astros getting 100 wins this year? Or no?
No.
Okay.
No, too many injuries.
Yeah, it's too many injuries.
Look, I think the Astros had a World Series hangover the first 10, 15 games, 20 games in.
They always start slow, though.
Yeah, and the injuries have just mounted up for the Houston Astros. 3 of their starting pitchers are all down. McCullers hadn't even made his debut yet. He keeps having setbacks.
Are you surprised not
No.
so much at that? Or do you even want him back? He's hit or miss. Didn't mean to make a pun there.
I don't know. I don't know how he's going to perform after all these injuries. This is 2-3 years in a row for him, and it just looks like. I mean, if he comes out there, is he going to hit a groove? Is he going to look at what happened to Verlander and the Mets right now? He's getting destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been out there. He got hurt, and these injuries keep piling up. And I just wonder if Lance McCullers will ever have a good impact on Dallas. Almost Dallas Keuchel-ish, right?
Oh, wow.
Keuchel kind of went down the tube after some injuries, and he just never was the same. And, are we going to throw McCullers out there thinking he's going to – like, J.P. France is pitching pretty good for the Astros right now. You got Urquidy,
He
who's –
started out not so hot, but yeah.
Urquidy,
now
Tommy
he is.
John, he's gone until next year. Christian Javier. Like, look, they've had some guys step up, and the Astros said that they're going to be very, very diligent at the deadline. They want another left-handed bat coming in. Somebody said Bellinger, which is absolutely hysterical because he's a Dodger or was a Dodger. So I don't know. The Astros are going to be they're going to be active at the trade deadline. All right, it's just their pitching that I worry about with the Houston Astros. We'll see if Brantley ends up coming back. Altuve's hitting a stride, which is good. Bregman's finally getting back on his game and performing pretty well, but we need Brantley back. Jordan's hurt. Yeah,
Jordan's on the IL right now. I know. There's just so many injuries. Like you said, they've stacked up upon one another since, honestly, almost the start of the season.
Yeah, it's like they just keep getting knocked back. And the Texas Rangers, I've got to give them a little bit of props. They keep knocking it out. They
have lost a couple in a row, though. I will say that.
Well, yeah,
Jason says it's a long season. It is a long season.
A buddy of mine said the other day, is like, don't worry, the Rangers will F it up. Which they probably will, but the Houston Astros with their injuries, they've got a tough road in front of them. But with them, it's about being healthy, in September and October.
Yeah.
That's where it is, and I think that's their goal right now is to, look, win some games where you can, beat the easy teams, try to stay healthy, and or get healthy at the right time, which is September and October.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's whenever you see the guys come in. We always allude to it with Verlander coming in September and then being able to win it all in 2017. But yes, as far as the season so far right now, we've talked about our surprise teams over the past couple of shows, and I'll just go to it with you. Like, who would you want to start with your team? And the guys that you listed, 2 of them are injured right now.
Yeah.
And Aaron Judge and Yordan Alvarez, which we just said, I believe, right oblique injury for Yordan.
Yes.
And then Aaron Judge, 10-day IL. He's in his right big toe. He has a strain from when he ran into the gate
I'm
at
hearing
Dodger Stadium.
I'm hearing that's a pretty bad injury. Some people were saying all-star break for him.
Man.
Woo. The Yankees, look, they're not going too far without Aaron Judge. The Astros have a better lineup than the Yankees, so losing Yordan, they can still eke out some wins. I think their other players can step up. Jeremy Pena for the Astros hasn't come close to what he can be.
He needs to get back on his game.
Yeah, he will.
He's not looking like himself last year at all.
World Series hangover. It takes about half the season. Right?
And I was told from someone who coached him that they weren't expecting him to be as good as he was last year, and he got good so fast.
Yeah,
so like you said,
the ceiling for him sucks right now because he's World Series MVP. It's like he's way up there, right? It's like, so if he doesn't perform at a 300, and if he doesn't hit 300 and belt out 45 home runs, it's sort of a disappointing season, but which you shouldn't expect from him, right? But that's the way it is. But with Yordan, I'd rather have an oblique issue than a hamstring. Hamstrings can linger a lot longer.
Hamstrings do last a very long time. Last game that Yordan was in was on June 8th, so last week, and he only had 1 at bat. Nothing. Didn't produce. Game before that, though, he had 2 RBI, one of those being a home run, so and a strikeout as well. So, yeah, he's been hit or miss too this season.
Yeah, look, so the question I posed was, if you're starting a franchise, you want Shohei, Aaron Judge, or Yordan Alvarez. And I put Yordan in there because his numbers are absolutely ridiculous. He's doing things that haven't been done since Babe Ruth. And look, he's in with Mickey Mantle, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr.
Over the course of the past couple of years.
His numbers, and
absolutely.
It showed today. And this isn't just because I love the Astros, right? This is just because I love sports. It showed today the top 5 vote getters in the AL. Not Yordan. Shohei, Aaron Judge, who's been hurt longer. There's the guy for Tampa Bay, and then a couple other good players, but not even close to on the level that Yordan Alvarez is playing at. And I was just shocked that his name is not up there. He gets 0 national attention. I don't know what the guy has to do. Were y'all there during that Seattle Mariners series last year? Was it? Did y'all watch that?
Yeah, but that was last year.
Again, it's just no national attention for Yordan Alvarez. I don't know why he gets 0 national attention in votes like this. It's unbelievable. I get it. Aaron Judge, New York Yankee, broke the record last year for American League. I understand that.
You talked about it with Jokic in the NBA, and I'll say it again with Yordan. He's just a guy who gets in there and gets the job done. He doesn't. He's not lingering around trying to cause drama, doing anything extra besides the community events, which he loves Houston and being part of. But he's not out there,
you don't see him in
arguments.
interviews. You don't see him in interviews.
Well, he doesn't. His English, he doesn't know English. But in general, like he is such a calm and collected guy that you're not going to see that. And maybe that's, one of the reasons why he's not in the headlines ever.
Shohei Ohtani had a big night last night, 2 home runs, single-handedly pretty much beat the Angels, or not beat the Angels, sorry, beat the Rangers.
Home runs now.
Yeah,
19 home runs so far this season already.
Yeah, his one crutch, the Houston Astros. He cannot face the Astros. They destroy him. But if I'm going to start my franchise, look, I like Aaron Judge. He's a home run hitter, but he also has more strikeouts than I think anybody in the majors over the past 3 years or 4 years. I take – oh, man, it's Shohei or Yordan, and probably leaning towards Shohei Ohtani because of the pitching and hitting factor. He's great. Like, he's just a great player.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so hard to pass up on.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't doubt it. I'm a Houston Astros fan. I'm wearing orange today, but I didn't plan that. However, Shohei's got the numbers, got the talent. It's there, and he is only going to get better. And I think he has a longevity in baseball.
And it looks like, I saw some video, and I love this. This is stuff that I look at. I saw him playing around with his teammates in the dugout, drawing on their faces, like playing games with him, like such a team guy. Where it just looks like he looks like the Jose Altuve.
There's the word again, team.
He looks like the Jose Altuve from the Astros, but in the Angels dugout, right? Like and Mike Trout is the complete opposite, who's on the Angels as well. He's very, very docile and very quiet and just sticks to his guns and does his thing and then leaves the ballpark. If I'm signing a player, if I'm the Angels, I try to try to get rid of Trout in that contract and keep Ohtani. Ohtani's going to demand over $500 million. Woo! That's going to be a lot of money. And right now, the Los Angeles Angels, they're a good 37-31. They're one game behind the Houston Astros, and 5.5 games behind the division leader, Texas Rangers. So the Angels could make some noise. The Houston Astros need to get it together a little bit. 4-6 in the last 10. Angels 7-3 in the last 10. And then, of course, the Texas Rangers, they've lost 2 in a row, like you said. And we believe that the Rangers will, muck it up as they go along with the season. But Los Angeles Angels and Shohei Ohtani are definitely a team to watch. And, look, he's a lot of fun.
I mean, Shohei had 12 RBI. 4 RBI last night. I don't know where I got 12. Looking at June 12th. I was just looking at his stats as you were listing all of that off as far as the division goes. And, man, his numbers are just outstanding this year. If you were to start a team, you definitely want Shohei on your bench.
He's the Wembanyama of Major League Baseball. Like, the guy's going to make a lot of money and do very – the whole pitching and hitting thing. Look, Babe Ruth only – pitched and hit for 2, maybe 2.5 years of his career. Shohei's already doing it for 3, and he's going to continue to do it. I don't know how long he's going to pitch and hit, but just watching the guy is fun. Last night was a blast to watch him. Like, that's just when he gets up to bat. He hit, I think it was a 460-foot bomb. I mean, second decker in the outfield. Speaking of second deckers in outfield, there's a team that has a busy stadium tonight, but will be leaving its city, and breaking news came right before we got on air. The Nevada Senate passes a $380 million bill to fund the new A's Stadium in Las Vegas.
How excited or sad are the A's fans right now that live in Oakland?
I saw some fans there last night. Oh, yeah? Yeah, tonight. It's tonight. They're supposed to pack the stadium. In I guess in protest they're packing, which is weird. But look, I've said this before on the show. I was a massive Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, Bash Brothers fan, Ricky Henderson. It was so much fun to watch these guys in the 80s and 90s. And I love seeing those hats, the old A's hats. I'm gonna order one like this week, just because they're gonna get a new logo, I think. And but it looks like there's still a lot of things that need to happen before. Look, it says, while multiple steps remain to finalize the A's move, the passage of the Senate Bill 1 in a special session called by the blah, 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 Vegas adding a baseball team to the NHL's Golden Knights and the NFL's Raiders, paves the way for it to happen. If the 42-person Nevada Assembly approves it by majority vote, I just lost that. By majority vote and Lombardo signs the bill into law, MLB owners plan to authorize the A's to relocate and end the team's half-century-plus long tenure in Oakland. 50-plus years. Dennis Eckersley, remember that guy? Dave Stewart, yeah, the mustache, yeah.
That's why I literally keep saying, like, oh, how sad are these fans going to be? But then again, whenever you go to Las Vegas, you're like, hey, I can go to a baseball game. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Vegas is loving it.
Because it's the longest it's such a long season. The Astros are going to play there a lot.
I'll be there.
I
already booked my tickets for my fantasy football draft. Cannot wait. August 21st. Bam! So I'll be in Vegas. But look,
nice.
You've got the NHL Knights, right? The Las Vegas Knights.
Yeah.
And Oakland lost its football team. Obviously, it was the Los Angeles Raiders as well. But Oakland lost a football team a while back. So they lose their football team, and then they lose their baseball team.
I mean,
if you're an Oakland resident, ouch.
You know that the Raiders had a huge impact on what the A's were going to do. Because they moved there and they saw the success that they had in Las Vegas.
Yep.
And with a new stadium, looking so pretty and whatnot, just like the attraction that it brought. Because, if it's fall season, just like I said, if you're there and they're home, you're going to go to a Raiders game. So I think it's going to be the same thing. The A's saw that in their potential and said, hey, you know what, we moved there. We're going to be a success too. It may take a little bit to bring people in, but once it's built, I think people are gonna come.
Yeah,
and that just reminds me too. A couple of shows ago, Jeff, we talked about stadiums and NFL owners changing and all this back and forth. Well, the Bills are doing it too. They're not moving to another state, but they are spending billions on a new stadium as well. It is just crazy how much money goes into these stadiums.
Oh man,
and
the Bills' new stadium looks great. And look, I gotta commend them.
the turnover of stadiums. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna commend them that it's open. They don't have a roof. Thank you, Buffalo. Thank you.
Oh, Buffalo. Oh, gosh, that sucks. It's cold up there.
No, you got to play in the elements. Like, if they would have had a roof, I'd have been upset. I would have been so upset.
No.
They have an overhang. So in the renderings, right, there's an overhang that covers kind of like the crowd, but the snow will still fall there. The weather will still be an issue. I love that.
It's like Green Bay. Ugh.
Yes. Oh, man. Somebody. I'm going to Lambeau this year. That's it. I'm doing it.
Even though Rodgers ain't there?
Yeah, I still, Lambeau Field is Lambeau Field, right? Like, I would have loved to seen Rodgers or Favre, but I didn't.
I was going to say, or Favre there.
Wait,
Come on.
maybe I'll wait till they get a better quarterback. Sorry, Jordan Love. I don't know. Maybe he is.
You think he's ready? You think Jordan Love's ready?
We're going to find out.
I mean, it's time, man. It's time.
I don't think people in Green Bay are that excited.
No.
I'll just say that. I just don't.
But then a lot of people were like, leave, Rodgers. We want you gone.
Yep.
So happy medium. We'll see what Jordan Love does.
Thomas, Kim, welcome into the show. Chewy, welcome into the show. Kevin, Anthony, welcome into the show. Thank you guys for paying attention.
Thomas, Kim.
Yeah, back
What's
on. All you guys watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram.
Jeff, I cannot get the YouTube. Can you tell people where to go?
Sports with Balls.
Sports with Balls.
That's all you type in.
With an S. With an S. I'm not getting it on YouTube.
I'm Jeff Michaels. She is Lauren Leal. We are at Christian's Tailgate in Houston, Texas, right here in the Heights. 5 locations here. You guys come up for their drink specials. Their food is absolutely amazing. Award-winning hamburgers, which I'm going to get right after we get off air here. And look, man, they've got all kinds of stuff going on. They have karaoke nights. They've got trivia nights. They have all sorts of stuff going on. Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, they are Houston's resident Buffalo Bill bar, the one that's in Midtown.
That's
the Buffalo
right.
Bills, every NFL game, the Buffalo Bills pack that place. So Christian's
They really
Tailgate.
do. They really do.
By the way, we were speaking of championships earlier before we move on. The championship teams owned by Stan Kroenke, who he owns the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, he won last night. He also owns the Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche, who won last year. Colorado Mammoth. And the Los Angeles Rams, who won last year as well, or 2 years ago. Yeah, he owns the Rams, the Mammoth, the Avalanche, and the Nuggets. The guy
didn't he partner with
Walmart?
One of the owners, one of the owners of Walmart as well. I remember when all of that was going down. Whenever whenever the Broncos were being acquired.
Could have.
I believe so. I got to look that up.
But yeah, the guy's making a lot of money. Oh, he almost won an English championship with Arsenal.
Jason just said.
Dude.
Twice.
Gotta give him credit, man.
Hell, he came in second place.
Jeez, man.
That guy's got money.
If you want to win a championship, go play for that guy. Wow. Good for him. Good for the Nuggets, as we said last night. But welcome in. Again, I'm Jeff Michaels. She is Lauren Leal. This is Sports with Balls.
Here at Christian's Tailgate.
This has been flying by. Flying by, which is a great time. Means it's a great show. Also want to thank Diamond Auto Spa. My boy Austin Bauer over there. It's an elite detailing company that offers only the best quality work and customer service. They specialize in detailing paint correction, ceramic coating, paint protection, film, vinyl wraps, and window tinting. We don't cut corners. We detail them. My boy, also, listen, I've used this guy twice now, Johnny Van Lee at moneymanagement.com. Fix your credit. Look, you want that house or car, you want to get the loan for it, get the credit score you need through Johnny Van Lee. Go to moneymanagementco.com. Unbelievable. He will get your credit up to where 600-700. That's where it needs to be.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Go over there to him. I'm not sure where you want to go next, Jeff, or I would have jumped right on in.
Oh, you want to go NFL? Let's do it. We were talking NFL, so let's go. Well, we talked about the Oakland A's getting their new stadium. Well, Bill has passed, right? So that just happened. So it looks like the Oakland A's pretty much are moving to Vegas. There's still a couple of other loops that need to be gone through, but it looks like the Oakland A's are heading out. They've lost the Raiders. They've lost the A's. If you're an Oakland fan, fan base. Ouch. But they're apparently, I want to see pictures tonight of them packing the Oakland A's Coliseum.
I do too.
I want to see
I could have sworn that a year or two ago I mentioned one of the best teams that doesn't have, or one of the best cities that doesn't have a baseball team that should, being Vegas and Tennessee or Nashville. And it's happening. I just thought it would be a new team. I didn't think it'd be a team moving there, but good for them.
There you go. Wow, there's only 15 minutes left. We've been flying through this show. Let's do some NFL.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no. I want to do this PGA LIV thing. Let's get into this golf thing because the U.S. Open starts on Thursday, and I cannot wait for this drama.
Couple sleeps away, and it is going to be here. Oh, my gosh. So PGA and LIV, I texted you whenever the news broke. I was like, oh, my gosh, they're combining something that we thought like they were going to be at each other's throats at for like years to come. But here they are. Money talks. Money talks, and that's what happened whenever they joined forces. Are you happy about this?
Look, I don't even know the complete details, right? We know that, it was breaking news that the PGA and the LIV joined somehow, some way. I don't even know. Are they still playing the LIV tour? Are those guys playing the PGA tour? I have no idea. The one thing we do know is that the money is going to skyrocket. Mm-hmm. We do know that. And for the PGA president, CEO, whatever, to sit there and say all the things that he said about LIV and the names that he threw out about these players that were switching and going over there and about the 9/11 stuff and the families. And, man, it goes deep. Some of the things he said were you can't take those back. That was out in public. And now for him to join forces with the Saudi-backed LIV, ooh, I just – and apparently Roy McIlroy didn't know about any of this. Like, did he call Tiger?
What did I say? Money talks. And they know how much that LIV generated and how much they have to give to put into it. So it only makes sense that they agreed to partner. The PGA is old and something that is going to be cherished and remembered, but we're in a new day and age. You got new rules in baseball that sped up the game. You have changes to the NFL almost every year when the postseason and how the playoffs are going to work with timeouts, so on and so forth, and now this is the future of golf.
The press conferences that start tomorrow, because the U.S. Open starts on Thursday in Los Angeles, I believe. The press conferences tomorrow are going to be that'll be the highlight. Now, I bet that they're like, man, they were hoping the NBA Finals kind of went on, so it's not the top story. This is going to be the top story in sports. Look, they paired up.
Unless NHL, is game winning tonight.
I think this
championship.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're hoping that this goes on, but I like the Vegas Knights tonight. But look, Roy McIlroy and Brooks Koepka are paired up together the first 2 days. Wow. Those are two of the most outspoken people about PGA and LIV. Obviously, Brooks being with LIV, Roy being with PGA, and they're paired up together. The interviews are going to be insane. And I just read an article today that says the U.S. Senate has opened up an investigation into the partnership between the PGA Tour and the Saudi-backed LIV.
Yeah, because they're like, hello, there's too much money there. I got to see what's going on. How am I going to be a part of it, U.S. Senate?
The one person I haven't heard of or from this entire time has been Tiger. And, of course, as
I thought you meant personally.
No.
But yes.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I got his number.
You're right.
I wonder if he's probably playing very smart, waiting till he hears everything, maybe waiting till all these interviews are over. Yeah, he's got his money. But he reportedly turned down $800 to $1 billion, $800 million to $1 billion because, he believes in the PGA Tour, which is now combined with the LIV. Oh, man. I don't care how rich you are. $800 million is $800 million. We know when that his ex-wife, she took $400 or whatever it was, so he'd like to get that back.
You just never know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I wonder how these interviews are going to go. Rory visibly upset, and I think that if they shut everybody up with money, which it looks like they're going to do, and that's the plan here, is for them to be like, okay, look, guys, all the tournaments have now got $20 million more in them. I don't know if LIV is still going to go on with theirs. We've heard, what happens to Greg Norman? He's the leader of the LIV. Does he have a job anymore? Is there still LIV? Is Rory going to go play an LIV event? Are they still doing that team thing? All we heard was that the LIV and PGA are joining, and then it's just sort of like a big mosh pit after that. Like I had no clue of how this is working. And now they have an investigation up on how it's going to work. The U.S. Senate does. So this is going to get very testy. And, of course, the U.S. Open starts on Thursday. So tomorrow's interviews will be very, very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just see how it all plays out. Clearly, they're on each other's sides, though, so it's not like we're going to see like a fight break out amongst the owners.
Would that be good for golf?
No.
You want to see two golfers go at it, like Jordan?
That's truly
like Jordan Spieth and like.
No, I said owners. I said owners.
Oh, the owners.
I said owners. You know, they like you said, one talking crap about the other and its players and saying all these demeaning things, but money talks. They join forces, so
like,
they're just.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. Does Roy throw a golf ball at Koepka?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I would watch it. Like,
there may be some trash talking.
Can they do a celebrity boxing match after the U.S. Open? You know,
Logan Paul.
LIV versus PGA.
Logan Paul, where are you at? Look what you started.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, John Rahm already says the players feel betrayal from management. Speaking of the PGA Tour, and again, in the long term, if this all works out, then this is all a moot point. It's more money. Everybody will probably shut up, but you're still going to have a Saudi-backed LIV that's joining the PGA. I don't know in what aspect. Nobody does at this point. They're joining the PGA. I don't know if it's just financial. I don't know if they're joining tours. I have no clue of exactly what's going to go on. Hopefully we'll come up with some more details, and by next week when we have the show, we'll know exactly. Obviously, we'll know who won the U.S. Open, and we'll have some more on the PGA LIV merger.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll follow the story as it develops.
All right. Well, that's my PGA stuff. We had some soccer stuff. What happened in soccer? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Jason. Huh? Manchester
City won the championship final. Okay.
We got Jason. Jason doesn't have his microphone on today. Shout out to Jason Vu, our producer, who gives us the football info. Big news. Yeah, we heard about Messi. Yep, Manchester City, Saudi-backed. Manchester City won. What's the first time since 1999?
Crazy.
Is that what we said?
The first time a treble, which is like the three major cups in England, was won.
Three.
By Manchester United back in 1999.
First.
No, we need a microphone.
Yeah, we need a microphone. First time that all three cups were won in Manchester City.
First time that Manchester City's won the European Cup.
First time that they won the European Cup. The big one.
There's
Okay.
our soccer fan base.
The biggest cup in club soccer.
Wow.
All
Okay.
right.
I mean, I was going to go to what you said earlier about Miami and Messi being there. Like, what?
That's the biggest news.
That
Well,
is
in
going to
America.
bring so many people to the stands.
How many people watched the Champions League final versus Super Bowl? Super Bowl was 150 million people.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then Champions League was 600.
Super Bowl versus Champions League.
600
Jason.
million people.
You trying to talk smack on our football,
Yep,
Jason? Come
yep.
on now. Versus your football.
We get it. It's a
I know
worldwide
it's a world
sport.
sport.
Well, the world is coming to America. Obviously, the foreign
Oh my
players
gosh, I
invading.
don't know what you were going to say. The world is coming to something.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Messi turn down a little over $1 billion. I saw 1.3, 1.5 for 3 years to stay over there, or in a Saudi league, I think. But Messi now going to Miami and going to get a Beckhamish deal. From what I heard, he gets a super discount on owning the team after his year or two of playing with them. It would have cost about, I think it's a $200 million buy-in or something up to that level. But he's going to get it for $35 million. Yeah, to buy into the team. So Messi will become a citizen of Miami Beach, which will be interesting down there. Florida's got a lot going on.
I mean, those seats are going to go up to like 150 per seat or more.
Look,
300 or 400.
Look, the influence in Miami from Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and all that,
100%.
it's unbelievable. Those games that he plays in will
Cuba.
be they will be packed. It will be fun for those kids
yeah.
to go watch Messi play. Look, and they have easy
when we're
access.
in Miami, we got to go.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go soon.
Or yeah, when he comes to Houston. Whoa.
World Cup coming
2026
to
World Cup coming to Houston. That means he could possibly be there if he keeps playing.
Let's get to some American football news. Running back Dalvin Cook is in no rush to sign. The Minnesota Vikings have dropped him basically because they couldn't find a trade for him. So Dalvin Cook, a really, really serviceable running back, decent running back, and some say would be very, very good running back, leaves Minnesota. A lot of people are saying Miami, which is very strange. They might go to the Dolphins.
So you think he will get picked up regardless?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's still a great running back.
He's too talented.
It's
just a thing with running backs. It's like you never know because they degrade season by season.
I was
So that's
looking at the numbers for running backs. It's like a 5-year span these guys have.
Right.
That's it. So you have your rookie contract, and then you have your second contract that comes out, which should be your biggest one ever. And if that doesn't work out, as a running back in the NFL, you're in trouble.
That's why Zeke held out so that he could get that,
Zeke,
and obviously it wasn't worth it for the Dallas Cowboys.
Ah, man, we got 4 minutes left. We couldn't make it.
Come on, I was just comparing running backs and holding out for the big contract, the big payout.
Man. Kevin Anthony will love it. He'll
Not
love
that
it.
big of a deal. Not that big of a deal.
The Cowboys, we had to bring them up.
Cowboys, and you know who else? Cincinnati Bengals. You got Joe Burrow, who hasn't signed a contract yet. He's still waiting for his.
Yeah, that's a look. That's a done deal.
He's coming back. It's no big deal. They're just trying to work on a number.
He'll be up there with the Lamar Jacksons, with the Pat Mahomes, with the Josh Allens. He'll have a really,
it's funny
really good
because
contract.
Lamar Jackson has been out of the talks now since that contract finally got worked out.
Well, look, NFL news and is everything's about to really ramp up because the only sport after tonight, maybe look, the NHL playoffs are on right. Well, they start in 27 minutes. The Vegas Knights versus the Florida Panthers. It'll kick off here in a minute. Vegas wins. NHL's over. NBA ended last night. NHL could end tonight. So the only sport that you really have going right now is Major League Baseball, and then the ramp up for the NFL. And then soccer.
You have MLS.
Soccer's in a
But you have
in a viewpoint now, too.
MLS. You have MLS going on right now.
Oh, sorry.
But he doesn't care about that. I used to work for the Dynamo, so that's
oh,
big to
throw
me.
that in there. No, I was kidding.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
I know.
obviously I know what's going on right now, but your Houston SaberCats are in the playoffs.
By the way,
they made it by the loss of Utah in the Western Conference.
Before we get out of here, I got to ask you, what's up
Clearly,
with
Jeff doesn't care.
What's up with April 25th?
What do you mean?
Like a best day for a date? Is that what you said?
What are you talking about?
You on your social media, you have a little thing about a jacket where you throw a jacket over your shoulder. And
Oh, on
April
my TikTok.
25th.
Jeff,
Is that
It's-
the best day for a? Is it wedding or date?
it's a movie.
Oh, what movie is it? I didn't know. that.
Congeniality. You never
Oh,
seen that
yeah,
film? Are you
sorry.
kidding me?
I'm out of the loop on that one.
It's like,
I
yeah,
thought-
like, it's obviously about pageants, and they ask a girl a question like, what would your best date be? And like any other girl will say, oh, walk on the beach or going to a game or something like their best actual date. She goes, oh, I'd have to say April 25th because it's not too cold, not too hot. All you need is a light
man.
jacket.
Go to Lauren's TikTok. It's on there.
I
Follow
was
us.
just like, where is this coming from, April 25th? That was a couple months ago.
Sorry. Follow us on any social media site. I'm Jeff Michael. She's Lauren Leal. Twitter, she's Lauren _Leal. I'm Jeff Michael _422.
I'll try to get back on Twitter. I saluted to the Denver Nuggets for winning last night. That's how we started the show, and I assume that's how we're going to end it.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Man, I like that.
It's
All
a
right.
mile high. That's right.
Yeah, got to thank Christian's Tailgate for having us here. One of their 5 Houston locations. Order some food, get up here, have some drinks. Look, they've got all kinds of things going on from karaoke to trivia to they've got games up here. Fun atmosphere, fun place to be. I'm Jeff Michael again. This is Sports with Balls, episode 210, y'all. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets, like we said, and we look forward to covering a lot more baseball now. Any last thoughts?
You got to tell me what your favorite date is next time on
Okay.
Sports with Balls.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.